Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we are going to understand the problem number 3637. It's a Trionic Array I. We have already discussed about this video where I have talked about the problem statement and the example, right? So now I'll explain you the code, how the code is working, and we'll do the dry run. So in case if you have not understood, you will understood what the code is working and how I have written the code. Okay. So basically, Trionic Array I says that we have given an array, right? And we need to pick two indices. Let's call p equal to 2 and q is equal to 4. Okay. So the possible array or subarray we can say is from 0 to 2, the very first indices that we have chosen, 0 to 2. Then we'll see if all these elements are strictly increasing, means 1, then 3, then 5, means the previous state element should be less than the current element. So the current element is 5, it should be greater than this 3. It means strictly increasing says that 1 is less than 3 less than 5, right? Similarly, further from 0 to 2 we have already taken, now we have to take 2 to 4. Then we have 5, 4, 2, means it's a strictly decreasing because 5 is greater than 4 and 4 is greater than 2. And then we have the very last element from the 4 to the last length. It means it will take 2 and 6. It is strictly increasing elements. So the Trionic says that if it exists the two indices p and q in such a way between 0 to n minus 1 indices, we know that the array start at index 0 and goes to n minus 1. So we have two indices p and q, and it should contain three type of substring, you can say, from 0 to p, p to q, and q to n minus 1. And it contains the very first one is increasing, second one is decreasing, and the last one is decreasing. This is what we have talked about. If this exists, return true, else false. So now it's time to understand the code, how we have thought about. As you can see, we have p and q, right? So very first we will take p and q like this. Okay. So we know that we have given the nums. It's like this we can take, right? And we want to pick two indices. Okay. Let's call 2 and 4 as a p and q. So if we will take p is equal to 1, right, we need to go to n minus 2 because the very first element will be start from where 0 to 2 1. And because see, we have chosen there is only one p and q, but in an array there is possible indices. The very first we want to start with is 0 and 1, right? Let me tell you how. So let's think that we have given an array, let's call like this, right? And we have some random elements, right? So we can take 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, 5, like this we will take. So indices can start from where 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So always we have to take p and q. These are the two indices, right? As we have seen in the example that if we will take p and q, let's talk about the very first index is from the element we can choose 2 to 0 to p, then p to q, and q2 n minus 1, right? Correct. CD 3 sets we have to choose all the time. So this is for increasing, this is for decreasing, and this is for increasing. So what are the possible indices we can choose as a P and Q? So let's suppose the very first we will use from here, P. Okay. Then if P is here, means very first we want to choose from here to here, correct? So that is why if you see the code here, we are going with the 0 to P. Okay. Then next time, let's suppose if when P is equal to 2 and it is not getting satisfy all these conditions, right? All these condition is not getting satisfied. It means if it is not getting satisfied, it is not true. What we will return? We will return false. So next time P will go to at this position. Okay. So it will keep checking till the element says that it will return true. So our P will get changed. Okay. Similarly, if P will get changed, Q will also will get changed, right? So let's suppose the very first one that we have chosen that P is at 2. Now we will use Q at P plus 1, means Q should be at this position. So this is our Q. So like that, we have to check for all the element, right? So next time what will happen if this P and Q is not working, P at 1 and Q at 2 is not working, then what we will do? We will remove from here and we'll move ahead. Now we will say, okay, P is now here, Q is at here. Like that, we have to scan all the array elements. And if by luckily we will get the all these elements, means nums from 0 to 2p, nums from p to q, nums from q to n minus 1, all are getting satisfied as a true, then we'll get this true, otherwise we'll get false here. Okay. And to start with, what we need to do, we need two functions, increasing and decreasing, we can say. So increasing is to check the element. Let's suppose we will start from here, right? Let's call start is at 0 and q goes to here, correct? P is goes to here. So the very first element I'm talking about, okay, the first time that we have chosen the combination, I'm talking about that one. So let's suppose P have chosen V at here and Q will be here, right? So we'll say P and Q. Now P, we know that we are passing what? 0 to P. So this is our 0 and this is our P is 1, right? So we'll check element at here and element at here. So the start is at 1 and end is at 2. So we'll check the element. So start, we have to start from this one and we'll to keep going. Why we are taking, let's suppose if this time we are not taking at 1 and we want to take at, let's suppose at 2, P is at 2 and Q will become at here. Okay. In that case, we have to go from 0 to 2. That is why we have taken for loop. Means we want to check each element. Let's suppose start is at here, start. So from 0 to 2, we have to check all the elements. So start will at 0 and we have to go to till 2. And we'll keep checking nums at I should be greater than equal to nums at I plus 1. Means these elements should be nums at I should be, if it is this is the nums basically, right? We will check plus I plus 1. If it is greater than I plus 1, means this element is greater than equal to this element, it means we'll return false. Otherwise, we know that this one is less than this 2. We'll get true. Means all the element will keep checking till here. Okay. In the in decreasing type, we will do the same thing, but we'll check the function. It should be the condition should be, if it is less than equal to means will return false, otherwise true. And this code will work for you, because we need three things: first increasing, then decreasing, and then increasing from 0 to pq, and q to k-1, right? As we have discussed, these three conditions we have to check. Okay, in case if you have any doubt, guys, please let me know in the comment section. This is easy to implement, and that is why I have put the solution here. In case you are thinking anything else, please let me know in the comment section. And for any learning, you can join me our online classes through the WhatsApp. So till now, thank you. Bye bye. Keep learning.